Yes everybody, welcome down to Carter's Golf, welcome to Dubai. In today's video I am on a par 3 course here at the Golf Academy at Jumeirah Golf Estates. I want you to look at these particular shots that I'm playing and think, what would you do? Now for me as a pro and a scratch golfer or a category 1 level golfer or a single figure handicapper, you'd like to try and make one birdie and a couple of pars. It's an area that no matter what level of golf you are, this is key to achieving the goals. So I'm going to set myself a target of 1 under. I want you to look at the shots that I'm playing and think, what would you do? Would you go for that tight pin? Would you go for the fat part of the green? Try and get your 2 putts. Comment below as we're playing a couple of the holes and start to kind of say, well, I would have done this on hole 1, this on hole 2, this on hole 3, because it's a great learning curve for course management and obviously to help you with your scoring. Okay, so the first hole is 79 yards. Wind's off the right hand side, slightly into, which is a good thing I think for this type of shot. 79 yards. Now for me, what dictates the club selection is the shot selection. I've got a bunker short of the flag and I've got rough just behind the flag. So I want to come in a little bit higher, stop it a bit faster. Now, to be honest with you, if I was using the 54 degree as well, it would stop quickly. But I feel like when the ball pops up a little bit higher off the club face and impact, then I have a little bit more control of my distance. I'm going to go with the 58 degree. I'm going to aim it just right of the flag for the wind, and hopefully I'm going to hit it 79 yards. Let's see. Sit. Oh yeah, good start. Alright, so that shot had an enjoyable amount of spin on it, I'll be honest with you. I thought at one point it was going to hit the back edge and just trickle over the back, but it kind of dug its heels in and gave me a little bit of spin as well. So now we've set up a birdie chance. First hole, let's go. Come on, birdie. Birdie start. That was a very enjoyable first hole. Alright, second hole, 1 under through 1, 2 to play. Second hole, 88 yards this time, so 10 yards longer. Now, I'm actually going to stick with the same club because we're now going downwind. So it's going to be harder for me to control the distance. So I want to hit the ball up a little bit higher, just so it lands a bit softer. Again, for me with the wedges, my fear is hitting it too hard. I always overhit my wedges. So I want to just try to almost hit the exact same shot as the last and just hope the wind just gives it that little bit of an extra push in the air and takes a little bit of spin off it, so it just maybe releases a tiny bit. So I'm trying to use the wind, I'm trying to hit the same shot as the last hole, and I'm trying to think the wind's going to give me that extra 10 in terms of roll and kind of carry through the air. Be right. The strike wasn't amazing. The strike was probably ever slightly toe side of centre. So I've lost a little bit of the distance, but I've just got over a ridge, which I know about, and I'm kind of pretty flattish, but probably about 20 feet away. It's not a great wedge shot. It's all right. Massive misread, float's going to turn from right to left, and a massive misread from the right. Alright, third and final hole of this vlog, 1 under par with 1 to play. Let's finish in style. So, as I said, we are gradually getting further in distance. This is 105 yards. Again, very different wind direction to the last 2 shots. So this one's going to be slightly into and off the left-hand side. 105 yards for me is kind of like a full 58 degree or a very smooth 54. probably have to hit this pretty full. 54 degree, full power will go about 115-ish. Okay, so I think with the slight bit of wind into, that should be about the right club. Also, it's going to give me a lot of backspin. When I hit this a little bit harder into the wind, it's going to send it a bit higher. It's going to give me a lot of backspin as well. So I can be quite aggressive with this shot. Wind's got it massively. Right, even though I talked myself into the fact that the wind was going to be into, I still didn't hit it anywhere near hard enough. So there was my flag, cut to the right side of the green. But my ball is probably close to the blue flag. So you see how the flags are kind of waving quite a lot into and off the right hand side. Ball started on line, the wind just really manipulated it so much because it's obviously a weaker flight with the wedge. So long 2-putt to come. Watching, I hope you've enjoyed that video. Really frustrating end, but actually probably a good learning experience for you to kind of see as well, that although you can hit 3 greens in regulation from inside of 100 yards, doesn't necessarily guarantee the 2-putt. The first hole I hit it in quite close, made a nice 1-putt. Second hole wasn't a great strike off the tee, but it was close enough to not be overly worried about a 3-putt. It was quite a comfortable 2-putt, although the first putt wasn't amazing. The third one though, however, I didn't hit it badly, I just misjudged the impact of the wind on the ball. And it's left me probably 40 feet up the hill, into wind, into grain. So the grain's making the putt go even slower as it goes up the hill. So it's made it, I've had to be really, really aggressive with the putt. Now, in hindsight, I could have been so much more aggressive off the tee. It's kind of finished a good 15 yards short of the flag. Now the wind's had an impact, but I think for me looking back on that, a real elite level player would have been relishing that shot. They'd have been trying to hit it hard into the wind so it lands past the flag. You get a little bit of backspin because the spin's going to be working back down the hill towards the flag, whereas I probably wasn't that confident. I'm probably more thinking about, if I do try and hit that type of shot, I'm going to hit it over the back of the green and almost leave myself a dead chip where I definitely just won't get up and down because it's downhill, downwind. So I've been a little bit cautious, and by being cautious, I've left it outside of that 20-foot radius that I'm looking for, and it's led to a 3-putt. So that's a real kind of key area for me to improve on. A lot of it is mentality, and probably not just about skill level, but certainly about mentality. And I think for you guys watching as well, if you're missing greens from 100 yards, practice, work on the mechanics. Mechanics are massively important. Work on what part of the green you're going to try and hit to. Try and get your greens in regulation stats up. Basically, when I say regulation, I mean hit the green every single time from inside of 100 yards. Once you're comfortable that you're doing that, next level is getting it inside of 20 feet. If you're inside of 20 feet, you've got a good chance of 2-putting. Anything outside of that, which I've just perfectly demonstrated, not on purpose, is 3-putt range, and it's very difficult. It's frustrating as well because you could hit a decent wedge in there sometimes, and you don't quite get the run of the green. You're 30 feet away. You make a 3-putt, and suddenly it can turn into a bogey or a double bogey very, very easily. So definitely start to kind of grade yourself. How often do you hit the green? How often do you get it inside of 20 feet? How many times does it lead to a 3-putt? Then you can start determining what is the root cause of the problem. Is it the putting, too many 3-putts, or is it the fact the wedges are too far away from the flag in the first place? So I think as a 3 holes, I kind of gave you a bit of everything. Again, like I say, absolutely not on purpose. So I need to practice myself, but I kind of give you a bit of everything where you can get rewarded for the good shots, but even with a wedge play, you can be definitely penalised for the bad shot. Guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do subscribe to the channel. If you do subscribe, please hit the bell for notifications. Lots and lots of content coming to you this summer, hopefully helping you to improve your game and kind of reach some of the goals that you kind of set yourself for the season ahead. Please subscribe to the channel, guys. Would appreciate it massively. Follow me on my social media platforms. I've got Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. If you're also looking for online golf lessons, you can find me on the Skillest website as well. Guys, thank you very much for watching and we'll see you soon.